coal ash cleanup workers and their families cut a deal with a federal contractor. The terms of that settlement are private, but it's tied to one of the largest man-made environmental disasters in U.S. history.
Dozens of workers are part of a lawsuit connected to their efforts to clean up an avalanche of almost 1 billion gallons of toxic sludge spilling out of a retention pond at the TVA Kingston power plant in 2008. 10 News reporter Ryan Connors joins us with what we are learning about that settlement. Ryan?
Yeah, and a mediator helped the parties come to an agreement, and this week's announcement comes after years of litigation and negotiations. Since 2008's disastrous coal ash spill that covered Roane County homes and the Emery River Channel, families of cleanup workers have been suing Jacobs Solution. That's the firm hired by TVA to oversee the massive cleanup. Workers first filed suit in 2013, alleging they got sick while working as Jacobs employees. Some 220 claims make up the case, with another 100-plus claims filed by the families of workers. Congressman Tim Burchett is advocating for the workers. He says the settlement sends a message to businesses about how to treat their workers.
I would hope, though, that at least in the business community and at least at TVA, that maybe they realize now that they're not going to be able to walk over people just because of the enormous size that they have.
One Knoxville lawyer says several things must happen before families can receive payment.
But damages have to be proved in a separate action, okay? They do a test and determine that you have some type of cancer or respiratory failure or lack of function.
As far as TVA is concerned, they had this to say. TVA may potentially have an obligation to reimburse Jacobs in some circumstances. TVA does not expect any potential liability to have material adverse impact on its results of operations or financial conditions. And the settlement is almost certainly involves millions of dollars. And I reached out to many families today that were involved, and they said that they've signed an NDA, non-disclosure agreement, and cannot speak.
All right, Ryan Connors on the story for us. Ryan, thank you.